And foreign correspondent Tom Soufi Burridge joins me now with more on this. Tom, a large part of southern Lebanon has been destroyed in this conflict. So what happens to the people who have no home to return to?
Well, I think for now, many people won't be going back. I mean, I know Lebanese people have come here to France during the conflict. They're some of the lucky ones being able to get out. Other Lebanese people I know have moved up towards Beirut from the south. Some people are clearly moving tentatively back, but most of the destruction that you mentioned is right on the border in villages that, you know, to be honest, weeks ago, the IDF was detonating large parts of those villages. The IDF says it was destroying tunnels used by Hezbollah to store weaponry and to potentially launch an attack into Israel. So it's not a simple situation that suddenly people can just go back to their homes. And that's definitely not the case for residents in northern Israel either. And look, now that the dust has settled, Diane, on this deal, I think, you know, what's crystal clear is that this is going to be very, very complicated and fraught with risk. Big questions about whether the Lebanese army can fill the security void if Hezbollah fully withdraws from southern Lebanon and the IDF within 60 days gets out too. Major questions. For now, positive, because by and large the ceasefire is holding. Some minor infractions, accusations on both sides, but that's kind of par for the course, I think, at this critical and early stage in what is a very, very complicated situation.
And Tom, meanwhile, this morning President Biden spoke about the war in Gaza, saying the U.S., quote, will make another push with Turkey, Egypt, Qatar, Israel, and others to achieve a ceasefire in Gaza. Could the success of ceasefire talks in Lebanon help to finally get one in Gaza, too?
There's nothing right now to suggest that's going to be the case, Diane. Hamas and the Israeli government have not altered their position. And actually, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in his address to the nation last night when this ceasefire in Lebanon was announced and approved by his cabinet, was actually doubling down on his mission to go after Hamas, to destroy Hamas, in his words, inside the Gaza Strip. So, you know, yes, the US wants to get this momentum and hopefully, you know, tackle wider security concerns in the region and in particular in Gaza, but at the moment there's nothing on the ground to suggest that's going to be the case. And really, there is some opposition in Israel to this ceasefire deal in Lebanon. Prime Minister Netanyahu is facing criticism from some mayors, for example, up in the north, who just don't trust that Hezbollah is going to fully withdraw from southern Lebanon. We've been down this road before. If you remember, the war in 2006 ended. There was a UN resolution. Hezbollah was supposed to withdraw north of the Litani River. That is exactly the same geographical landmark under the New Deal, which Hezbollah has to withdraw beyond, further north of that. They didn't do it last time. Many people in Israel doubt they'll do it again. And that is why Israel is maintaining and has, during this negotiation brokered by the United States, that if there are any breaches from Hezbollah, it will have the right to respond and launch attacks. Diane?
All right, foreign correspondent Tom Soufi Burridge. Thank you, Tom.